Hey, my name is Tommy Mello, and this is the podcast, The Home Service Expert. Not sure if you ever heard of me, but right now we're in 10 states, 17 markets, 200 employees, and doing the best we can. I can tell you this. My friend here, Bill Hillestad, just did something for me that's literally earth-shattering what happened in the last 6 months. So we're sitting here in this beautiful new building we went through with the SBA process, and I'm sitting here thinking about where I used to be, right? I was the one guy out there. I was serving tables, bartending, painting garage doors, and fixing them.
Wow.
And, I drove a 1995 Nissan, and I mean, look, it was tough. Look, it didn't start out, I didn't get a bunch of money from my parents. I didn't have anything. I started with bussing tables and serving tables and bartending. That's the money I had.
Wow.
And it just reminds me, that's why we started this podcast, is to give back. And I interview guys like you that are marketers and just really smart business guys. And I wish you would have been doing what you're doing now back when I started in 2006, because literally this is a game changer. Okay? What happened, what you've done and helped me get done is why I have this building, is why we're able to do good things for our employees. And I'll tell you what, if I would have known what I know today with what you can do, I would not be in 10 states, I'd be in 50 states. It'd be a game changer. So if you're listening or you're watching, you got to pay attention, because this will change your business. What do we all need? We need access to capital. And what do we need to get access to capital, Bill?
You need a lot of things, but the most important one is your credit. And the reality is, we pay business managers, stockbrokers, financial planners, all these people to manage our money or our assets, but nobody manages our liabilities, and that's where you make it or break it in the business world. You gotta have access to the capital, and we're not talking about just credit and credit repair, but it's the overall picture of how do I get the money I need at the best terms possible to grow my business.
Well, look at this is months ago, but here I am, low 600s, and that's a little embarrassing because here I am bragging about how big we are. And we're going to be in 50 states, I promise you that.
But you know what? I'm going to stop you right there. That's a really important point, because you have good credit. It's not like you had a lot of problems, but if you're successful in business, you're using credit. You're using creditors. You're getting your credit checked by suppliers, vendors, and all the inquiries are going to drive you down, and everybody's going to miss a payment here, and they're just out of being too busy growing your business. Dude, I've seen your house. You don't have financial problems, but you had a mid-600 score. It's not really fair the way it all works, because a lot of times the most successful people I know are the ones with the credit problem. So I'm not going to let you off on that one.
Well, look, the house is great, everything's great, but I also have nice warehouses in every city that we're in. And guess what they do when I have to sign a lease for a warehouse? Guess what the one thing they do?
Pull your credit.
Well, there's 30 of them. There's 30 of them right here. And when I looked at that, I've tried credit repair. And I went through 10 years ago. I actually paid for my community college, Mesa Community College, with a credit card. And I didn't have the money to pay it. Of course, if I could go back, I got an education, but I'd slap myself because I didn't realize how bad it could be and what I did in my credit back then. So I went to one of those traditional places, and they said, we can't get rid of these hard inquiries. But look, I have two. I have two now. And I went from the mid-600s to the mid-700s within 30 days.
Yeah, and that's the key. And you mentioned the old-fashioned company that you went to back then. The problem with credit repair, when you want to talk about credit repair, is that they charge a monthly fee, and they just send out, canned form letters every month by certified mail. And the longer it takes, the more money they make. It's the industry's just wrong. And so they got, minimum wage employees or offshore employees and, cube farms pumping out these letters, and they got to get you enough results to keep you hooked, but not really. Well, you know what? It doesn't have to be that way. If you get real experts that really know the laws, that really care about helping you, they can make huge impacts in 30 days or 60 or 90, but it should never take longer. But it's not just the credit score, it's the inquiries. A lot of times I see a credit score hardly move at all. But when the inquiries go away, that makes you look better. And there's just so much more to it, Tommy, because once we get through the credit, now it's about how do we access the best loans, and then how do we get our paydex, and how do we get our Dun & Bradstreet. It's a lifelong cycle, and little businesses have to take it. You got to know marketing, you got to know your business, and you got to manage your access to capital. And that's why we're here, because hopefully a lot of these people are going, yeah, I need access to the money too.
Well, there's one word that comes to mind right here, Bill, and that's leverage. And it's using other people's money to grow. And most of us never had access to a low interest rate loan to grow the business. Now, what I like what you do is you kind of consult so people don't go under. You get this loan, and it's a low interest loan. I mean, it's hard to get a low interest loan to grow a company. But there's a lot of people that go out and you know what they do?
Yeah.
They buy a boat. And then they buy the little race car. Then they play video games. But here's the thing. I'm hoping that the listeners out there, the small business owners, big business owners, mid-size, if you got access to this capital, you're able to remove 30 hard inquiries like I did, that you use the money in a good way. And, I've got these loans, and I mean, we're growing like crazy, but I don't mind having these loans because I have more assets than I have. I have more assets than I have debt, and a lot more. Plus, the business is worth money. I mean, there is an asset. I'm worth about 7 to 8 times my EBITDA, which is my earnings right now. So, is my net. So, talk to me a little bit about this process, because it was so simple. I paid for a credit report, and we talked, and you said, ding, ding, ding. This is what will happen in the next 30 days. And that happened. And then the score jumped. And I thought, look, this isn't fake, though. This is why I would never advocate to any of my listeners if this didn't work and I didn't try it myself.
Yeah, and you know what? Don't have too high of expectations, because there's only so much that can be done. But there are legal remedies to remove things from a credit report, like inquiries or derogatory accounts or whatever. You can't manipulate a credit report. I can't put things on there that don't belong. If somebody doesn't have any good credit and we take off all the bad, well, they're going to have no credit. It's not going to help. But if somebody's strong financially, yeah, I'm doing pretty good, but their credit doesn't reflect it, that's the person that can be helped the most. If somebody's in financial distress and they can't even make their bills, they need the debts to go away, they need consumer credit counseling or something else.
Yeah.
But and that's just the credit repair piece. And really, at the end of the day, that's just step one. And you hit on something that I just really want to drive home. I don't think anybody should access this and access the capital if they're not making it a point to listen to all the interviews and the shows and the programs you do with all the other service industry leaders, because it's about knowing what to do with that capital.
Right.
You got to make the right decisions. We can give you the fuel to put in the car, but you go drive it into the wall, race not going to be won.
Well, I talked to a guy 2 days ago, and he's probably listening to this podcast right now, but he said, Tommy, I'm working 6 crews, landscaping crews, 3 guys apiece. He said he's working 60 to 70 hours. His relationship with his wife and his kids are struggling right now. And he said, you know what? The first question I said is, how much are you paying yourself? He said, well, how much is the company making? And I said, no. How much are you W-2 employee paying? He's like, well, I take money from the company, and it's not a lot. And I said, so you're not paying yourself, you're working this many, and you got 18 guys full time. I said, first of all, you're spending way too much money. When we looked at it, and this is a 10-minute call, you're spending way too much money on labor. So when you do get this access to capital, one of the things I'd recommend is I'd jump on a call for 10 minutes and make sure your numbers are right, because I like to put money, me and you are the same.
Yeah.
Let's put this money into marketing. And it's just nice to have an option that when the guy like yesterday, he needs access to 2 more trucks. He does cleanup. He's got the clean, what are they, junk hauling?
Oh, yeah.
So he said, man, the truck is like 60 grand at the dump and all that stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just said, look, if I had 2 more trucks, I could grow. We figured out how to get leads at the right price. And I said, man, you got to call my buddy Bill. So, the deal is it's a game changer, and it's doing the right thing. And I remember the lady called me from the SBA, Bill. This is funny. And she goes, listen, they kind of want to know why your credit is, a little bit lower than we think it should be. And I said, well, check it again. And within 30 days, and guess what? It jumped. And I know it's not going to jump for everybody, but mine did. But more importantly, all those inquiries from 30 to 2 was just mind-blowing. And the cool thing is, it wasn't like writing all these certified letters like I did before.
Yeah, no. The way the service is done, essentially, you go through, you do a review, you identify everything on your credit that needs to go. And then they'll guarantee that everything will be gone. And they either get it off or you don't pay, so there's no risk in it. they're very motivated to get it done fast, as opposed to the guys who are motivated to take
Those
years.
monthly fees,
Yeah. No. We don't earn the money. It's not officially ours until. So it just works. But like I said, you got to remember to take the extra steps. You got to do those things. No matter what, everybody should go through the analysis piece and just have somebody look at it and go, what could happen? What could I get? How much capital could I access if I were to do this? Provided you know what to do with the capital. That's the big one. Don't bother if it's just going to help you dig a deeper hole.
Yeah. And last year I thought I was so cool. I had my Credit Karma, and I'm like, oh, I just moved up 5 points. But Credit Karma is it's not very accurate. And what we were able to find in my report, remember, you said, what is this? You missed 4 payments, and I'm talking. This is one of my smallest businesses. It's an e-commerce site, and I said, darn it. My CP or my controller missed that one. I remember that last year, and it was just small. It was a small little payment, like $20 on a credit card, but we got those removed, and that's what was the cool thing is we got these little smudges taken off, and there's certain things we couldn't get taken off, like my mortgage for my house in Michigan, which is understandable, but that's not. The banks don't look at that and go, wow, this guy's an idiot because I have 50% equity in that house. It's paid. I don't pay the PMI, so. There's just a lot of cool things when you actually go through the credit audit. And here's the cool thing. You guys will sit down with anybody listening. If you go to homeservicemillionaire.com/credit, I'm sorry, homeserviceexpert.com. You should go to the book too, buy the book.
Yeah.
But homeserviceexpert.com/credit. And you do a free audit, and you guys are cutting, 30% off to the listeners?
Yeah. I got to admit, I'm a little surprised by that one myself when it came down from the finance people. But, 30% off. Same insider good guy deal you got.
Well, look, I think that everybody here that's listening or watching this video, it's a game changer. And I think what I love the most is, you should have good credit, but access to that capital, that extra $100,000 for those 2 extra trucks for this guy, is going to cause a 300% growth because we figured out how to get them leads. But we didn't know how to buy these trucks because, look, I'm not signing for them. I've already got my own debt. So.
Yeah, nice building, though. Love the studio.
So what else could you tell us? Is there any other secrets? Well, first of all, one of the things I always ask, we share an Audible account with 1,200 books. Give me your top 3 because I do this on every podcast, and I'd love to hear.
Damn.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, put me on the spot.
And what is it? Men are from Mars and women are from Venus?
No, but it's probably in there because there's I got a wife in there and some daughters, and I didn't buy 50 Shades of Grey, just for the record. But
Passive
classics.
lovemaking, I think.
Classics would be the E-Myth. I've probably given away 100 copies in my life.
Yep.
I love the Conversion Code by Chris Smith. It's recent. The sharing economy, learning about the new economy stuff, how to be a capitalist without any capital, which is kind of a silly title. That one really worked for me recently. Dang, I could just go through. I could list hundreds. I couldn't name 3 top
That's
ones.
the hard thing. There's Traction. There's all these great books.
Yeah, great one.
So
what about you?
Oh man,
Give me 3 books I should read.
3 books. Well, you already have them. See, that's the problem. So. I think that some of the books that I go for now are truly. I can't read fiction. Can you read fiction? Do you still read fiction?
I try.
There's a good book. It's called Alexander the Great, and we do have that in our account. And it's a pretty good book. But it's one of those because Alexander the Great was the 2nd most dominant person in the world. Number 1 was Genghis Khan. He took over because the bow and arrow.
Yep.
But Alexander the Great took over most of the world.
So it's a good one, huh?
It's a good book, and it kind of explains who he was, how he treated his fellow fighters or whatever.
Yeah.
But so it's too hard to pick, but another good one that The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes is always on there. As well. I always read that one once a year.
Oh, wow.
And there's a good book by Raving Fans. It's a short little book.
Yep.
Easy
Ken
to read
Blanchard.
on a plane. It's an hour-long book. And what's that other one he writes? The mice one, where they got the 2 mice.
Who Moved My Cheese?
Who Moved My Cheese?
Yeah.
He's a hell of an author, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's got quite a few. The 1 minute.
1 Minute Manager.
Yeah, 1 Minute
That
Manager.
one's a great one. We're actually reading that in the company.
Go to The 1 Minute Manager Meets the Monkey. That's the sequel. It's great. You'll dig
like
it.
that.
It's all about the management of monkey. The monkey's on your back, but Yeah, everybody should be an addict. Too bad we couldn't share our Audible account with everybody. That would. But either of us have those going in our car, exercising, working out, anytime. I've always got a book going.
See, I go 2 times the speed. He goes at 3. And that's just, see, my girlfriend's like, this is gibberish. She thinks I'm listening to a Russian.
Yeah. No, my wife refuses to listen to this stuff with me. She'll get in the car, she'll be like, shut that off. Can't even understand it.
Yeah, well, I know how that is.
All right. Rambling, extra stuff.
Well, no, this is great. I think that we could talk a lot about marketing. And, real quick, I just want to touch upon this because I want to deliver as much value as possible. You've really learned the art of Facebook marketing. And if we could just speak to that for a minute, because anybody who's watching this, go to homeserviceexpert.com/credit. Get your credit report. See what's on it. And it's free. I mean, they're going to go through it with you. And it's something that can be a game changer because access to capital is what causes growth. But I want to kind of switch it here because I love what you do. You said, we were talking earlier before this podcast, and we talked about breaking the code, and you learned to break it. I mean, you said big clients, small clients.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Give us a good gold nugget here.
I'm just telling you straight up. I've been doing marketing for 30 plus years, since you were probably in diapers, and can point to well over $30 billion in sales that I've generated. Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, you name it. And nothing in my entire life even comes close to Facebook, which is ironic because I don't really do Facebook. I'm an introverted nerd. I'm a recluse. So, I change my phone number every couple of years so people can't find me. I don't want my phone to ring. But Facebook, if I had one tool, that would be it, because it's a knob you can turn for as much business as you want in any industry you want if you take the time to learn how to do it. And it's just so simple to go in and use the simple little ad to, and the key is don't advertise all the time to people. See, here's where they make mistakes. People go out and they try to advertise to all of Phoenix. Mm-hmm. But David Ogilvy said it in the 1950s, the father of modern advertising. The key to advertising is reach, frequency, and impact. You got to reach the right people, and you got to do it frequently. Well, you can't afford to stay in front of everybody in Phoenix.
You got to understand your demographic, your avatar.
Well, you gotta get it down to a small enough audience that you can afford to be in front of them all the time. And 80% of your content is for them, not for you. It might be a meme or something funny or some tip or some whatever. Just reminds them your logo's on it. You mentioned the business, but you don't have to be selling all the time. I just want to. Oh yeah, so that when the time comes, like the sticker on the inside of my garage door.
Yeah.
When the time comes, I'll remember you. So if you do that and you get your audience down and you're like, well, who do I market to? You start with all your friends and you start with the people, because when I give a little budget to Facebook and I boost it and then I share it to my own profile, Facebook's looking to spend my money. So they're going to hit all my friends, and then my friends are going to engage with it a little bit, and then they're going to hit the friends of my friends. And pretty soon I'm keeping a nice tight network. And gosh, we should do a specific strategy sometime, maybe even come up with some tests.
Well, look, we are.
And feed it.
So A/B testing is probably the most important thing, because you told me in the beginning you throw out 50 campaigns, see which one does better. I did a crowdfunding campaign. We took 36 tries before it actually started giving an ROI. 36, and the 36th time, and here's what we did. We nailed it, we scaled it. And I'm just as passionate about Google as you are about Facebook.
That's his favorite book, by the way. Nail it, then scale it.
Oh, yeah.
That's top 5. That should be on everybody's list. Sorry.
No, it's cool. So you've been doing marketing, and I remember this had to be 8-10 years ago. I walked into your building, and you were setting up the green screens. You were buying cloth, and you were buying these microphones, and you were working with mortgages, and that was my first green screen.
Really?
Yeah, I got it from you.
Oh, wow.
So look
funny.
at this, though. This is cool.
Oh,
this is fun.
Incredible.
So, Bill, what I like to do is I want to give you the floor, and I want you to talk to the listeners about one thing, one major thing they could take away today from this whole thing. Obviously, get your credit, get access to capital. Wow. That's a big one. But, give them with one final thought, something to do to take action today.
Wow. All right. For starters, I keep a resource center on my own website with all the resources, and I also do weekly trainings So if you want access to any of the things that we're talking about or tutorials or explanations, my website's Bill Hillestad, but the Resource Center, I just put it up.
Spell that. Bill.
Well, I put it up at marketing3.com to make it easier because nobody can spell Hillestad. Marketing3.com. It'll take you straight into the Resource Center. Everything I've ever, because people are, can you send me a copy? Do you have it's there. I put it all there, copy of everything, over 50 tutorials, how to do it. But here's one tip right now. Tommy mentioned doing split tests. And I can show you examples, have them up on my site, where I was at $193 a sale for an event, and I took the video that I was using and I put a 6-second clip on the front of it because the video was people talking head. Nobody stops their scroll to look at it. So I put a funny little clip on the beginning to just stop the scroll. $3.81. 190 to 4 was effectively the drop in sale cost with one little split test. I do fix and flip loans for a client, sell those. And I had a before and after, flip picture. And we tested different ones, and I've got one, and again, I can show it to you. It's up there, one at $80 a lead and one at $13 a lead. And the only difference is the picture and the ad. So here's your tip. Go to AdEspresso, adespresso.com, and get a 1-month free trial or whatever. And then what I do on AdEspresso, they put up Facebook ads. Go into AdEspresso and I write headlines because I never know what people are always like, give me a good headline. I don't know what a good headline is. I try all kinds of bizarre crap. So I'll throw out 10 headlines and they're like, now what picture should I put in my ad? Do I want the guy picking up the door? Or do I want the woman standing in front of the door? I pick 5 different pictures
like
and
bikinis,
I stick them up there.
Bikinis,
Yeah, the bikini
thongs.
one, or sometimes it's the big chubby guy that sells better. You never know. So I'll pick 5 pictures. I'll write 5 headlines, and then I'll maybe do a couple different text things for my post, and then I hit go, and AdEspresso will take 5 times 5 times 3 or whatever I did.
Permutations and just Mitchell.
I got 75 ads up.
Okay.
And it's also going to track who's converting. Like, if I'm selling marketing services, here's one for you, man. If you're ever selling a marketing training, something, I've learned that I won't market to people who are actively seeking a relationship. My conclusion is you can want love, you can want money, you can't want both at the same time. Chasing tail, chasing dollars. So I won't market to anybody who's seeking a relationship, as that's one of the statuses on Facebook. When I'm selling real estate investors, I get double the ROI selling to Android users that I do to iPhone users. I don't know why.
Wait a minute, you could put seeking a relationship on Facebook?
Yes, yeah, because people are interested in. But I see all this stuff, and I see the people that follow Tom Ferry don't convert for me as much as the ones who follow Brian Buffini, trainers in the real estate industry. But all that comes from, but I run 75 ads, and I'll put a couple $100. I'll put those ads up, and then immediately they start turning red. These aren't working.
And this is all in AdEspresso.
Yeah, and then I'm shutting them off, and I get down to the few and the $80 leads, gone, $13 leads, and now I don't need my AdEspresso account anymore. I can take my few good ones because I've found the best pictures, the best headlines, the best everything.
Listen, this is marketing3.com. I'm guessing there's about 100 little pages like of what to do. Am I right? You got a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, a lot. Ridiculous.
Well, listen, guys, if you want to know more about spending some time getting to know Bill and his people, go to homeserviceexpert.com/credit and get to know Bill. Bill, I'm going to get you back on again. I want to dig into the bolts next time. We'll actually go and we'll do a free Facebook account for me.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh, I got one more for him. Can I
do
one
it,
more?
do it.
All right. Go Google Facebook profile migration. Migration. There's a link that will come up in the Google search to a secret a secret Facebook feature. Because a lot of times it's like this. I have 1,000 friends on Facebook, but I have a Facebook page that only has 100 followers. Mm-hmm. And so
I'm the same way.
Okay, so every day you get these invites from people going, so-and-so wants you to like their page, and people beg. That's how we get people to follow our page. Mm-hmm. We go out and beg.
And there's bots that do that and stuff. Yeah.
So instead, if you use the migration tool to set up a page, All I do is I click that link. By the way, it's also at that marketing 3, it's row 4. You go to row 4, click the link for the migration tool. Facebook will jump up and say, hey, do you want to convert your profile into a page? Yes, please. Okay, here's all your friends. Which ones do you want to follow your page? Select all. Great, are you ready? Yes, click, boom, I got a page. And literally, I just took somebody from 130 followers on a page he'd been working on for over a year to 2,200 followers, and it took less than a minute. 2,200 followers, and then you have 2 weeks. Everybody you like for the next 2 weeks will automatically follow your business page, but now your business page has that solid start that it needs to get going.
Oh man, that's awesome.
If you don't have any friends.
You know what? You did 2, so you got to we got to end with an odd number. Give me a third one.
Yeah, the third one is for all of the service providers out there, because too many of them are men, and they don't have Facebook, they don't have friends. But here's your hot tip. Tell your wife to go on a friend bender. Tell her who you want her to go on a friend bender for. Go meet these kind of, because people just accept requests. Get the influencers, all the businesses in your community. They're the best referral. But once you have a little target, send your wife out doing that for a week, 2 weeks. Convert her page into your business page instead of yours. I'm not going to suggest that you merge them, but if you do, and I'll tell you that you mentioned mortgage, loan officer has 150 friends, wife has 2,000. His processor assistant has 1,500. Converts them into separate pages. It takes time and effort, and you got to watch the tutorials, and I'm not saying this is easy, but they merge them. They made them all into business pages for his business, merged them all. Everybody's included in the picture, and now he has 6,000 followers. There's one little tip. I'll give you one more.
I want this,
Make a video about taking care of your garage door, about how the spring, whatever, a boring video.
Okay.
Just any video. Don't be stiff, don't be professional. Nobody likes professional, they like real. So make me a 1-minute video. And then you put that up on Facebook, target everybody, anybody between the ages of whatever, and you boost it with some good money, maybe $500, and you let it run. And what Facebook will do then is you go in and you say, build me a custom audience, and you just click on audience, custom, video views, and then say 50%. Anybody that watches 50% of this video is kind of digging you. And then you tell Facebook, and so we just did this, like with the credit stuff. We took anybody that watched a 5-minute video and built a lookalike audience, because then you go back and you say, Facebook, give me a lookalike. And they'll give you an audience that looks like the people that watched you for a long time, and my lead costs on that particular thing fell by over 60% in one step. It is thousands of dollars a week.
What if you make a good video? Like I made a pretty good video.
No, it can be good, but the point is it's got to be you, because you want to market to people who like you.
Yeah.
And the best, if we went to a bar and we were single and the goal was to get a phone number, you're going to go for the phone number from somebody you caught checking you out across the bar. That's your best odds. Well, this is somebody you caught checking you out online. If somebody watches your garage door video or your plumbing video or your roofing, whatever it is, if somebody watches your video, and I don't even care if it's about garage doors, if somebody watches you for 30 seconds or more, because then Facebook will take that and they'll take 400,000 variables. Everything about them, from political to religious to their behaviors to how much they spend online, where they click on, what kind of videos, stuff you could never, ever begin to replicate. And they'll give you an audience that is 22 to 25 times more likely to do business with you. 22 to 25 times. And now you've got, so you don't market to everybody in Phoenix, you market to 10,000 people that are just exactly like the 300. You got to start with 300 people that you know dig you. And 300 people that you know dig you, then you go to the lookalike audience, then you're done.
So what you said earlier is the TOPA, right? Top of mind. What is that?
Yes, you always want to be top of mind.
TOMA. Top of mind awareness is just being in front of that same person. You know, a lot of people buy radio ads and they dribble it all over instead of owning that audience. And I think I love this stuff. Guys, we could go. Yeah. One last thing. I'll ask you this last thing, Bill, just because I got you here. It's very rare. Facebook Live. If you're a business owner, how can you use Facebook Live to make you a lot of money?
And Facebook Live is it's no different than regular Facebook. Facebook just treats it better because they
They
want it
love
to be a
it,
big
yeah.
deal. So they show it to more people. But then you're going to continue to use the video. So here's your tip.
Okay.
Go out, Amazon, and look up Samsung Gear 360. You know the virtual reality videos?
Yeah, those ones that you...
Yeah, you take your phone and go like this, and it's like you're inside the house.
Yeah.
Well, that's the future of video.
Okay.
Facebook knows it, Google knows it, YouTube, and so they spent hundreds of millions supporting it and building the infrastructure for it, so they give it very preferential treatment.
Okay.
So those little 4K virtual reality cameras, they're about this big. I put them on a selfie pole with a little tripod on the bottom, set it in the middle of the room. It's the only video you can't screw up because there's no aiming, there's no framing at the right, no, it's filming every damn thing.
Yeah.
And then you stand back about 4 feet and you do your video. But because it's a 360 example, we did an open house post for a realtor. Regular photo, didn't even do a video, just a photo. Regular photo, 900 views. Did the 360 photo, 1,900 views. But here's the kicker. The regular photo had 2 engagements because Facebook's measuring your engagement to say, are you any good? 2 engagements on regular photo, 226 on this photo. Because every time somebody's scrolling, Facebook will make it move as it scrolls. And then if they twitch, they'll be like, oh, check it out. That's so cool. And then they just engage. They just controlled the video. So if I was shooting a video about garage door stuff, and I set one of these little bad boys, and then am I in the frame? No, you're in the frame. The tripod's in the frame, the rafters are in the frame, whatever. And so then I'm gonna go blah, 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 and the tracks, and you need the oil, and I'm gonna do my little video, but it's 3, and people can look around, and they can check it out, and it will double the results of all of your posts by using this $100 camera. I used to pay thousands of dollars for
I'm
this.
going to buy this. Who knows that I'm going to buy this from the minute I walk away from it?
By the way, they're awesome because it's my job as dad to be the GoPro dad when we go skiing and stuff with the kids. And so it used to be GoPro here and you're trying to ski and look back where you and then, did you get my crash? No, sorry, I missed. I mount this little thing on top of, because it has a GoPro mount on top of my ski pole.
Yeah.
I hold my ski pole up and I just ski. And they're like, did you? Yep, got it. Because then you can go pull out
Oh my gosh.
the regular photos or the regular videos, and you get everything. Handlebar mount for my motorcycle or my bicycle. Neighborhood tours kill it, but it's the only one that I can make work. I know there's a couple that are supposed to, but the Samsung Gear 360 does Facebook Lives. So imagine this. You, I, Dustin, Jim, whatever, we get a couple people, set it in the middle, and we do a round table. And have
Oh
a
my God,
conversation
love that.
live.
Yeah.
And people can look around, be like, you guys gotta, but it'll blow up. You do Facebook Lives with the 360 and 4 people, go around the room, introduce yourselves, whatever. Testimonial video with them. Hey, would you guys mind? And just set it down and
I want to
don't
do
worry.
this. You know, we got 5,000 customers. How much? Because we give our technicians a little bit of a stipend for if you get a Google review. A Yelp is worth more if they get a video.
Oh my
How much
God.
do you think these videos are worth? The before and after, and a video and a testimonial from a customer. Just a simple one, not a professional one. Just like, hey, anyone showed up.
Professional doesn't work. If
Yeah,
Forbes said
it's
it
a
best,
real one.
authentic is the new sexy. When we produce videos,
Yeah.
for Facebook, we wouldn't do this because
Yeah.
it's too professional. Although you and I are kind of, I am dorky anyway, but authentic is what sells, and they're priceless if you then post them. And here's the secret. Great, I got a customer, I do a before photo with the 360, and then I do an after, and I got them in there, and I'm just talking to them, and I make it a 1-minute video. And then this is what I would do. I would post it to my business page, and I would say, because they're saying nice stuff about you, and I would say, just want to thank the Johnsons so much.
And
It's
then
such
you
a
tag
pleasure
the
to work
Johnsons,
with.
right?
You don't tag them, you share it to, because it's on your business page. So the first thing you do is you share to personal timeline, because you always want it on your personal too.
Okay.
And then you share to if you're friends with them, you can share straight to their timeline. When you put it on your business page, you put a boost on it, $20.
But I'm gonna get 5,000 a month.
5,000.
Videos, man. Why not go all out? I got 5,000 customers.
Bottom line,
Okay, go ahead.
I have examples up on my site, but
$20 boost.
$20 boost, but you share it to their timeline. So you say share to friends' timeline, to the Johnsons, and then Facebook shows a post on average to 16% of the people's Your
And
friends.
I have 4,000.
So 16% of them will see it. But what's going to happen
Yeah,
is
it's crazy.
I put it on my page. I put some boost budget on it, $20. Now Facebook's going, I got to spend that $20. Where do I spend it? And then I share it to your timeline, and you're in the video. And I'm saying it was so awesome to work with you guys. I love your new door. Blah 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 blah. And hopefully some call to action. If you guys like their door, hit click like or share this, whatever. Send them a comment. Tell them what you think of their new door. And a bunch of your friends are going to engage.
Yeah.
Now Facebook's going to go, oh look, here's a little sweet spot of engagement, and they're going to follow your friends to your other friends to your other friends. And the most common testimonial I get, is, I just got a deal from somebody I went to high school with 30 years ago, and I'm not even friends with them on Facebook. Because I hit your high school friends who hit
yeah.
And so everybody you went to college with, high school with, go drinking with, go to church
6
with.
degrees of separation, and now you're out to tens of
Boom.
thousands.
So every time I get a testimonial, because that's what I want from customers, right? I want them to tell their friends. But they don't know how to tell their friends. It's like they're going to go out drinking. Hey, by the way, any of you guys got a garage door problem? Because my buddy, I can't do that. But if I'm saying nice things about you, you're saying nice things about me, and now all my friends see me going, this guy's awesome. And you're a cool guy. And look, 360, I can check it all out. Oh, they should really clean up the cobwebs over there. And it's just cool.
That is so cool.
And if you did that post, by the way, we have like realtors do that. We tell them put a $100 post on, and you do that on every closing. Give them a little thank you gift. We average a little over 10,000 views of video. Per video.
Oh my
$20
gosh.
is going to get you over 2,000 views if you do this right on every closing.
You're such a hard guy to pin down, but I might fly out to California and hang out with you. Well, listen, guys, this is so good. You're coming back on. We're going to why don't we just do like 20 bill tips next time? But hey, I appreciate it.
Oh, no, this
Thank
is the
you very
funnest
much.
thing ever.
Cool, man. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time on The Home Service Expert.
Don't miss the rest of these. These are important for you. Follow this.